All right, here we go again. Buckle up, rough roads ahead. So that was my neighbor. She's stuck in the ice. I said, I can't help you. I got COVID. I said, I can't come out just yet. I said, call your road service. I said they'll get you somewhere. It's not gonna it's not really gonna melt till next week now. I think this guy might help her. Is he gonna help? No, it's not. It's not going to melt till next week, real good. I mean, we have three warmer days right now. Actually today it should start melting at a certain point, but like next Thursday is when it's really going to melt. Right. All right. I hate not being able to help her, but see, that's who my neighbor goes to. I'm the guy. I'm still that guy. You need something, you go to that guy. All right. See? So again, their lies are bullshit. They like to project, and I don't know if I don't know how it's projecting, but again, I'm psychic. Is why are we here? You're here because you're criminals, and you want to murder somebody, and you get paid to murder people, and you have murdered and you have raped all of you. You're disgusting filth, every last one of you. Any other questions, all of you? You want to know why you're here? I mean, I just told you. You talk, speak amongst yourselves, so you realize why you're here. You don't need to lie anymore. I just tell everybody the truth. Thank you, friend. Try to see if she's yeah. I don't know how stuck she is. I just can't help her. I'm not let outside. That's nice that I always want to portray that for her that I could help her if she needs anything. Right. And that was good. A woman living alone. Thank you. It's good when somebody knocks on the door. Yeah, you're the person that they trust to help. She's not calling Elon up or Vivek. The world's upside down. So again, there are things that are happening. You have to keep these people away from me. Their spells really did affect me, and I told you I saw them driving next to me, and I still didn't even know I had COVID at that point. Mm. So it kind of did derail my recovery a little bit. Well, when the bodily aches start, I can't lay down. I can't rest. I'm not sure how they got my body to fail again. Right. It's just a matter of an adjustment, massage, I think, and steroid treatment. Again, it might be some residual. I don't know, but I can't get there till I get through COVID. And when I get, this type of pain, I can't lay in my bed, and it's bad for recovery. So again, I know they started cursing. All started picking up. Don't tell me it's because I said something online. Y'all go to hell. Obviously, you're interfering with my credit card installation to purchase life-saving medication. 100%. So again, there's people out there that they've killed with that. I guarantee you that. Me, I believe I'm a little more resilient. At least it's still in life, a little more robust. They need, they need to be removed. I mean, you can let them run around all you like, all of you, but it's getting closer to every last one of you. In fact, some of you know people out there that had that happen to them. No, definitely water shortage issues. I don't know. People are working on those. I don't know what California does or doesn't do, but again, I don't know if Mr. Trump knows that the world's suffering a water shortage issue. I don't think there's anything that DEI is going to do to affect that. I think they already instituted the plan for the desalination plants, but it takes time. Right. I should have been done sooner. Again, maybe I don't know. Maybe Trump would have did that sooner. I don't know. That's the only answer. We got more salinated water than we know what to do with. Right. So that's the only answer is desalination. 100%. So even the reduction in budget, you have to know what they reduced. I mean, if it was frivolous, again, the idea is, oh, she can't reduce it, but Elon and Vivek can. Again, we don't want to get into that. But again, maybe she did it wrong. I don't. I mean, it doesn't sound good. Reducing the fire budget, right? So, and how dare she reduce budget? The whole premise of the whole Vivek Elon thing. Right? No, I could heal. It's just that, I'm stuck with COVID, and I can't get to. Again, I'm the one that has to design all this because they're blocking the minds. Doctors can't figure. Nobody can figure nothing around it. So I got to wait, until all the symptoms end, and then. Right. No, I'm definitely not getting sicker. That's I don't foresee that. Right. What I thought I was a little bit last night, but I left my humidifier off. So when it gets down to like 30% humidity and you got COVID, you start going. As I cranked the humidifier. What it was happening, I didn't eat anything to stop cough or anything like that. I started the Tylenol, and it had enough in it, regular Tylenol, like maybe one every 4 hours or one every 5 6 hours, something like that. And it took the fever way down. Boom, no worries with that. And then it was actually stopping me from needing any cough suppressant. It was enough, but something screwed off my scheduling, and then I didn't realize that my humidity dropped so low. So I'm like, oh, the Tylenol's not working. So I'm laying there all night. I'm kind of in pain, and I don't want to take the cough suppressant because I know it makes you feel like just like duh, like you have like a Quaalude or something, like a downer, and I'm like, I don't like that. So, but at like 6 in the morning, I'm like, well, I better take it. So like a stupid plebe with my mind being affected by the I take it the morning when I can't sleep. So I'm like laying there drowsy, in pain, going, eh. So God, thank God it's starting to wear off. Right. I didn't really need it. I needed to increase my humidity. So it blinded the mind from me seeing the humidity in my apartment. It was down like 20 something percent or 30% or something like that. And that'll irritate anybody's throat, if you have even a little bit of an allergy. Right. So I had my perfect system was turned upside down, and now I kind of have it back in the mode. I don't know. My back is just all screwed up now. I can't like lay comfortably, and well, I had a plan that I was trying to effectuate, and I just can't get to it. The reality is, if I could have got somebody just to release my neck, I probably would have been better off in the initial part of this. I just couldn't figure out what was causing everything, and then finally I could see it was my neck. That I had to get people to massage my neck and release my neck before I was going to get anywhere. And that could be the truth right now, but I'm stuck in here. So again, that shows you their block from massage, how deep it is. Right. Well, I got COVID now. So yeah, that's how the curses work. I've explained that before. So as soon as I get the massage, then I get COVID, and then I can't get massage. They're devils, man. They're not supposed to be having access to people like that. They stalk them so they can put spells on their lives, and then what they do is they do physical things, and then Satan pays them back with the metaphysical power or anti-power. Hopefully, my neighbor's doing okay. Yeah, I went through this the other day. She's going through it now. Oh, she got it back. She got it in there. All right. I don't know what she was doing. I guess she wanted me to help her push her or something, but I guess she got it in. But you just call your road service. Mine it only took first. They said it was going to take like an hour and a half to 2 hours, but I think within an hour, or about an hour, the guy called and said he was on his way, right, to my specific thing, and it took a while. It took a while to get that van moved in. I'm lucky I had a trailer hitch on it. So it's kind of like 4 years ago. You have to remember they were saying it's MAGA. Elon maybe even said it was MAGA. So so you have to remember that that's not the answer. And begin with, there's something metaphysical going on. So we have to like I was telling you, to decrease the friction. That's some friction, right? No, it's just so it's almost ludicrous because like Trump's not even in the office yet, and he's just like, because I told you when he connects to the United States, when his machine connects to running the United States, there's going to be a drawdown and a drag, right? So he has to be careful because I'm hoping there's no conservative that willed that fire up. I mean, you don't have to directly will the fire. You can just will something on the or curse something on the Democrats. Right. No, if I they knew, and if I had my physical health, I wouldn't care about anything. Percent Mary. I told him, I said, take my money, take my wife, my family, all the stuff you've destroyed my life, but just don't take my health because then things change. And it's not me; it's what God put through me, and what God expected at a minimum. There's people who put their false faiths that are guilty, and God said there was a scam early on, and I kind of I don't buy into scams like that, but Malibu offered me a home inside, said just give it time. I just was like, I just woke up. I'm like, yeah, whatever. But it was a scam. I remember I think I was walking or riding my bike over there in that area. I think it was riding my bike up where Malibu, where kind of Santa Monica ends and Malibu begins. But, yeah, California offered me a lot of stuff while I was there, but their people weren't going to follow the rule. Like, yeah. And then like that cop cut me a break and didn't give me a ticket. I think he had needed to meet a quota or something. It was like killing him. But he hooked me up, man. I said, "Look, I from Marshall. I'm just retired. I think I said disability, and I said, I got to get out of here. I didn't. I blocked. I was in the left lane, but I blocked the turn lane or the road the road that fed into the bigger road. So you're like supposed to stop. I mean, there's no way that everybody knows that. So he wanted to give me a cheaper parking ticket, but it was still hundreds of dollars. I mean, it was just insane. Right. And I told him, I'm on my way out of here. I just came here one last time to do something, and I think I forget where I was. I was in that near that one community. I think I went to get some Indian food and do some shopping. It's where a lot of Indian people are down toward south of L.A. I don't remember what the area is called. That cop gave me a break, but I was being done. Right. I told you the cops came. I was riding my bike. The cops came out with their billy clubs. I'm like, what? Like, you're not supposed to be riding on the sidewalk. I'm like, okay. I didn't know that. I ride on the sidewalk because it's safer. That was Santa Monica PD. I was on my way to a yoga music concert. They go, he's slamming the brakes. Get out of the car. Got their gloves. I'm like, what? Like, like I said, they said you can't walk on side, or you can't ride a bike on side. So always remember that there's a metaphysical thing going on. Slow down the friction and everything will pick up. Now I know there's politics and you're all playing politics, but you have to be careful because there's a price to pay for being just political. Right? Politics doesn't fix anything. It just it causes turnover. Right, and you're in now, so you don't want that world of turnover. Yeah. The Democrats will benefit from friction now. Once you're still it's still not in, but again, you have to remember when you take over the United States, if there's friction, it's harder to get everything done. It's harder to do what you all want to do. Correct, friend. Um, Grinnell keeps coming up. Make sure somebody's not trying to kill Grinnell. I don't know, what do they call that? A lone wolf or something like that. Or did he is he being hunted by any of the terrorist organizations? Maybe he is. I think he is. Grinnell keeps coming up as a executive protection risk. I don't know what he was on the news the other day. I guess he lives in Manhattan. I'm supposed to have a place in Manhattan too. I've been offered all those places, but again, they're micromanaging. That's how it happens for him. Like, oh, here we'll give you a place in Manhattan, not Kansas, but Manhattan, uh, L.A. outside L.A. There. What is that called? Whatever county, L.A. County. Thank you, Larry. So he he's at risk for some reason, but I think I remember there is like a contract on him. But I'm thinking something maybe lone wolf, but it could be either or both. I guess what happened is when he was on X, I guess it was, he did a video from I think where he lived of the areas that were burning north of him. Like, he we connected, so now I'm receiving around him. So thank you, Barry. People hear from me. I don't even know if they know it's me. So like I'm sure he hears from me. Well, what I'm saying, it's just like it's just like in any type of budget cutting. You got to find out what what went on, what you cut. Like if you cut $1 million from one budget and you restore it somewhere else that does something similar, but like realignment. So was it really a budget cut or was it realignment? Again, a lot of people don't like budget cuts, but sometimes realignment, budget cuts, and things like that. You take some money from here and you put it over there, and it works better, being spread out like that. Again, I just think I think it's divine retribution of some sorts. Right. I just can't tell you, the ins and outs of it. Although I know people really don't care about people until they're the people that need to be cared about. So again, that's probably part of it. Mm. Well, they could have, been, angry at homeless people and putting spells on homeless people, and all of a sudden it got them. Right now they're homeless. Right. So you have to be careful about how we do things. Again, you have to look up. You have to find that middle ground. Is where the answer actually is, because you don't want to make more trouble by trying to break something that you say you're fixing. Right. So, uh, actually, something's thanking me. Well, I mean, hindsight's 2020. Nah, California's a different place. You can't like Trump lives in New York and my or Florida. It's a different world. It doesn't run the same way. Right. 100%. It's never safe to live in California in a lot of those places. Actually, like I said, it's just lucky people living wealthy, lucky lives. 100%. That's really all it is. I mean, the Santa Ana winds and the fires, they've been known for how long, I mean, there were that one year earthquake, fire, landslides, riots. So you see friction. No, they could have just let me live my life, and it'd have been just a wonderful kind of experience. And I'm a spiritual person, really, and I just want to live that spiritual life. Right. I want to speak about the spiritual things, but we can't get to that till we can get to it. And the Lord says, if the information never is put out here, then that's on the people that are here that caused the disruption in my life. Well, there's a possibility that if we get all the neurology, like the muscle and all the cramping, we get that all calmed down, we get it all smoothed out, that everything, will have some form and function, and I'll have what days I have left, in some level of normalcy. But again, if they keep cursing me, it becomes very difficult. Don't say I cursed them. They cursed me for decades before I ever said any ill word to them. 100%. I mean, that's their scam all the time. Let's reverse what's actually happening. So I'm waiting for some food deliveries here. I'll speak on those later. Well, he said some things, but he actually, the guy in that video, and maybe I'll do another video responding and then post it. Right. But what he said, it doesn't really like, if you look at it at first blush or you look at it in Elon's eyes, it probably supports something that Elon wants to say, like DEI, right? And he's black, so it's valuable. But what he actually said is there was a problem, and he said, obviously nepotism. and only hiring, or only promoting. Again, it's not only white male; it's a clique. You're not going to get your best people either. You get boneheads. So again, this idea that DEI caused the fire is bullshit. I'll tell you that. Actually, it may fall on this. I like Karen Bass and she's great at housing, but maybe she's lousy at fire. It might fall on the CEO because the fire chief told her that there was a mess. Right. So who's the fire chief? The fire chief is theoretically one of Elon's DEI people, but she said there was an issue, didn't she? So it's not DEI, is it? Correct. So again, I try to explain that Elon thinks that guy said something that he didn't say. Okay. No, I've worked with some wonderful women in my life. It's short lived. Most of my careers were working with men, but like I met a witness security inspector lady. She was wonderful. Uh, that lady. Yeah, people with moral service have drinking problems, but the other lady that had the drinking problem, it was judicial security inspection. She didn't have problems. She could go back to her room, get a few, drink a six pack, whatever it was. But she's great, man, because she knew how to use capable people, right? And she was a good woman. She was from Texas, I think. She worked with that Marshall guy shoveling back in Texas, I think. But I was on assignments and she ran them, and she was a good person. And she knew that's the key to a lot of stuff. Is just let who know use your good people. I've learned that. You learn that in sapper school, man. If you learn anything, you should learn that ranger school, that kind of thing. You know who your people are and use your people. In the best place that you can use, and everything will take care of itself. Don't micromanage. Let them lead that little part that they lead. Don't try to lord over everything. Thank you. So again, it wasn't DEI because the DEI woman that they would say to the chief, you want to be angry, answer the chief's phone. But she said, "Hey, look, mayor, we're not functioning. We're not functioning." Right. So again, as much as I like Karen Bass, and she was definitely not promoted by DEI. She's a very capable woman, and it's just a sadness if she did make a mistake. It could be a career ender. Like it might be. But again, for someone like Karen Bass, a career ender, she's a wealthy woman. What's she got to worry about? Maybe it's time to retire. I don't know. Right. Thank you. But again, if we do the study and we find that nothing would have really helped that we normally like, the cuts may not have affected it. Obviously, there's a water issue in LA, and having that reservoir closed is part of an issue, but they don't believe it would have rescued it. Why? Because there was nothing stopping the fire. Do we understand that part? There's certain portions of the fire that were never going to stop. Let's go back a few years. Last night I remembered the guys, the smoke jumpers. Where were they? I don't remember what location. Was it Texas? I don't even remember where. No, it was Oregon, maybe. They passed on. They all hid under their blankets and were toasted. Right. They're supposed to save their life, and uh, that's when I find a new job, when they tell me that's how we save our lives. You hide under this blanket, you'll be like, oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna go find another job. Actually. So remember, nothing could save them. Now there were some errors in the thing, but right. So again, we're talking about firefighting, and it's a natural disaster. And I mean, you know, when those winds kick up, it was a perfect storm. Now, I'm not telling you that there's nothing that could have done. Could have been done. Again, if we take the effort that we put into space travel and put it into firefighting, there's probably something we could have done. You see, but that's not what people do. That's not what Republican firefighters do. That's not what Democratic Party firefighters do. But maybe it's come time, because I speak about this all the time, that we're wasting money. That we need to take care of certain issues first, and then move on to those other issues. So I in my mind, I'm not spending a lot of time doing it because God doesn't want me to do it. But there is a system, a firefighting system, a new and improved one in California, in LA County, that would have saved some of it at least. And I'm being told there's possibly some reasoning. Okay, so there might be something behind what Trump's saying as far as fire breaks not being cut, that kind of thing. But then again, I mean, it looked like those flames were just going to jump no matter what break. I don't think we make breaks that big. Right, I don't think we make breaks big enough to stop that thing from shooting across. Again, we have to be realistic. We don't want to just be, political. But the DEI police chief or fire chief is not the issue. The fire chief said there was an issue and that they were not functioning in what capacity they needed to function. I just have no idea why she trimmed the money. It sounds bad, but it could be for something stupid, or it could be a redundant funding where it really doesn't do what it looks like it's doing. Right? She may have put it somewhere else. Well, because there's state agencies and there's city agencies other than fire departments that handle those type of emergencies. Oh, what if it was? It could have been something FEMA related versus something fire related. If you understand what I'm saying, something after the fact. Mhm. Where you rescue people after the fire. Maybe just for example, and I'm not saying it's this. It was funding for temporary housing for fire victims, or something like that. Whereas it was moved over to emergency management services or something because they're the ones that should be doing that anyway. Right. So you have to find out where the money was trimmed and why it was trimmed. And that's kind of a heads up to Vivek and Elon that when you trim money, you have to be careful. All right, I'm gonna get off here and see if I can better arrange my body so I can rest a little bit. Stay peaceful. Praise God in all that you do. Praise God.